Dinyarzad?
It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened. Let's chat somewhere else. How...
What's going on? Why are you two so excited to see me?
It's actually been...
Oh? Strange. Was I really asleep?
Let's talk about Dinyarzad first. It's...
After we parted on the last day of the Sub-Zero's festival, I left the city and saw what the travel among the countless dreams. I found one that was growing fainter and fainter. This proved once Dinyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness began to dissipate. But this such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though. It will return to its where both will gradually fade until they completely disappear. I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible, but it still wouldn't have lasted for much.
So it looks like we did manage to save Dinyarzad in the end.
Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying.
Both are fine. Everyone reacts.
All right. You two must have a lot of other questions for me, right? After all,
At the Avidia Forest, there was this incense that made the traveler fall unconscious.
You also heard someone's voice, right? It said world and forget me.
Yeah, so you do know. We've been wanting to ask you what that was
It seems like the traveler established a connection to Irminsul. That was a message left by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness, and as you two probably know, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared after the disaster in Conria.
A message from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? We thought it was from King Deshret.
King Deshret? That god who died even longer ago? Some present-day desert dweller.
Okay, so what does the...
I still haven't managed to decipher it. Even the Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul seems to be contaminated with something that had many devoted scholars go mad as soon as they connect their consciousness. But I believe this is the key to saving Irminsul. That's why...
So the tree in the vision was Irminsul? Oh, Tainari also said that Irminsul is sick. But even if you can't figure out what that vision was all about...
The traveler wasn't affected after coming in contact with that consciousness. I've never seen anyone like that. No, we must decipher its secrets. I've already eliminated all other factors. This puzzle has life and death at stake. It could determine Irminsul's fate, as well as Tevat's. To be accurate, I'm using the Akasha...
How did you do that?
Theoretically, I can enter anyone's mind as long as the Akasha is the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. As Lesser Lord Kusanali and the first Akasha Terminal, I've always respected my people's free will, so I've never actually occupied their consciousness. When necessary,
Hold on. Did we just learn some deep, dark secret? So Catherine is... No wonder, Paimon. What about your own body? Why do you need to borrow other people's?
That story begins a long time ago. After Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared, the sages found me. At that time, I was young and weak. The sages kept me in the sanctuary of Surasthana. However, I do understand that they had hoped to find Greater Lord Rukkhadevata and...
So, the sages basically put their new Archon under house arrest?
In some ways, they aren't wrong. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was omniscient and I... I'm still really far away from being able to call myself the god of...
Yeah, you got a lot of believers. Just look at the Sub-Zero's festival.
Thank you for the kind words. But I honestly don't need physical freedom as long as trying to find a way to save Irminsul is my life's mission and top priority. I will work on that, and try to live every once in a while. I will also take up the duties of the God of Wisdom and enlighten a lost soul here and there's never been any big problems with the Academia's governance of Sumeru. This is the first time I've seen them step out of line. I wonder what caused them to go down this path, even though the city's residents haven't noticed anything strange. If the Traveler hadn't broken the Sub-Zero, I tried to do some investigating in the Akasha, but I couldn't find anything suspicious. And I think they're deliberately trying to...
Oh, that reminds Paimon. In Gandharvaville, there was a sage who...
Regardless, I need to first investigate the sage's motives, make things right, and punish them if needed. You mean how the Akasha stopped?
Yeah, it's been such a long time.
It's not that no one noticed. It's more like no one cared.
Misdirection?
The sages convinced everyone to believe that being unable to dream is a sign of rationality and wisdom, even if the truth is that their dreams are being reaped by the Akasha. With their propaganda in place, the sage... Besides, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata must have created the Akasha in the hopes that it could be used... Anyway, the perspective by now, even those who never use Akasha terminals find it too shameful and embarrassing. Got it! I hope my answers were satisfying. To be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading dream took a lot of mental energy. Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about the sage's activities for now.
Go and get some sleep. Leave.
What a relief.
Traveler? Paimon? Why am I here? Do either of you know?
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up a sleepwalker.
I see. Huh. I should visit my maintenance personnel sometime. Oh, I'm fine.
We've spent quite some time in Sumeru City, but ever since we last said goodbye to Lesser Lord Kusanali, we haven't heard anything from her. Oh, we can't just keep waiting around like this.
Ad Astra Avisask. We meet again, you two.
Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions for us?
Commissions, huh? Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's Academic Symposium this afternoon.
Wait.
And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
I see. It appears that you're not interested in... In that case, please go to Port Armos and convince the Eremites there to spend...
Hey, that's not any better.
I'm sure the mercenaries will have some interesting reactions.
Paimon's gotta ask. Just who exactly...
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just want...
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't come by often.
Ah, so it's Nahida. Paimon just knew Catherine wouldn't crack those kinds of jokes.
From when she said, Ad Astra Abisask?
So it's been you this whole time? Are you done resting up, Nahida?
Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways, and I even had a really, really long dream. It was another dream about the Sub-Zero's Fest. In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands as they danced in circles. I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, raised me really, really high above...
You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sub-Zero's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together.
Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream? Why are you both looking at me like...
No, we aren't pitying you. That would only make everything worse. By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing? The Homiyanis haven't allowed any visitors.
Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. She was resting. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering on the human body, but for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages are.
Right. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like this?
So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the sages' activities.
Oh, good point. Sorry, adventurers. We're gonna...
Let's continue our chat here.
Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate?
Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, I've already tried that. But all the key members of the academia, even the core, it seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha.
Have you already caught the sages?
I'm guessing not yet. But distrusting me would make perfect sense. In any case, I probably... No way, that's too risky.
You mean it'd be too easy to get caught?
No, it's not that. We shouldn't involve innocent students in this. Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that any...
That's a good point. Spoken like the god of...
We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them off. After all, every person in
Are we really... Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have...
According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the academia, rejecting impractical motions...
Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind...
Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, and if I can't, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the same...
You're saying we should recruit a spy? Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Al-Haytham. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind...
Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember...
Setaria. Paimon remembers now. We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always...
I've always liked observing. She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her
Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special.
The name Setaria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest. Later on, she was chosen by the sun. The star was given a place in the... Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought forth... The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it? But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
From the sound of it, Setaria's just hung up on the research, but she doesn't really support the academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right?
Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will say she's suppressing a lot of guilt. But before she realized it, she had already become the sage's right. We must somehow make her that way. Not only can we get useful intel from her, from my past observations, Setaria will take a day off from the... Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. To prepare, let's go check out some of her favorite spots. This should be Sataria's favorite fortune-telling spot.
So should we ask the fortune teller?
No, I already have enough information on Sataria. The most important thing now is for you to pick
Talking style and...
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your... The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between mine ears.
Huh? Really? Nahida, you've been...
Shh. My friend here has some doubts regarding his future. Can we get a fortune reading for him?
Of course, of course. Uh-huh. It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you.
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the Lord of Geo's financial savviness.
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Love prospects? The gods have spoken. One who is fated to cross your path will appear on... Huh? So many people will fall. Harut! Marut! Did you two spoil my divination? I've never read a for...
Actually, Paimon thinks this is...
I admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix is,
Is that so? Well,
if you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next visit.
Is this another one of Satar...
Yep, it belongs to a king. His father helped Sataria a lot when she first moved when they start talking with him. Listen carefully to the details.
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some pottery?
we caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we...
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I'm in for some...
Speaking of, where did...
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making
That's nice. You're making...
So is your father...
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough Mora over all these years, he's just...
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods.
No problem. Rest easy, all are good.
This should be our final stop. Sataria's always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia.
Nahida, you've really thought of everything.
It's my duty to protect Samira's citizens.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry, I don't...
If I recall, you were having a
Ah, that's right! I've always been really interested in feats of marine... After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars. And I'm continuing to...
What an admirable spirit for learning.
Sure.
So this restaurant has a basement as well? Huh. First I've heard.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for breaks.
I see. Yes, that makes sense.
Thank you so much. As long as I can...
So, was that everybody?
3 familiar faces should be...
What's the point of all the information we've collected?
Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break... I remember you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormuz are all Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the fate of her homeland may turn out to be Sataria's soft spot.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. You want to take... Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages.
So, well, King Deshret is long gone. And Setaria is also too smart. If we simply engaged her under the guise of King Deshret's believers, she would definitely be weary. But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk...
So, you mean you're going to possess those people we just...
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply they've already converted to the faith of King Deshret. And as long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Setaria for sure.
So that's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these people. It's so that you won't slip...
Exactly. So, best of luck with impersonating them.
Huh? Best of luck? What?
That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're...
Huh. That is pretty convenient. But why does he have to do that?
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating...
You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever you try to...
If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. We're only doing this to help everyone.
Alright, then let's get...
Here she comes. Setaria is here.
Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, we'll find a safe spot to begin possessing them. As for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust you'll...
Paimon's starting to... Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find a hiding spot.
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different Are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Oh, of course I'm listening. You were...
Okay then. You just seemed a little distracted for a moment. Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. Is something wrong? I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again? Ah, that's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they? Harut and Marut.
So, which fortune do you want me to read for you today?
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you...
A mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project at work? I really just want to get it over with.
I hear you. No problem at all. The god... The gods are asking. Setaria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone... home? Do the gods really know everything I've been thinking of?
Setaria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question. The god...
I'm sorry. I know I failed the gods. Please pass on my... And, if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest of all.
King Deshret? No wonder he would make such a demand of me. Wait a second. Even though news of King Deshret's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can King Deshret—
What insolence! I am King Deshret's most loyal believer. Do you wish to refute his voice of wisdom?
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has— I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Wait!
Whoa! She just ran off in a hurry.
Well done. Setaria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core.
Aw, Nahida, it seems
All I know are some abstract Harvard-taught theories. In any case, my time with you has shown a lot. Anyway, enough of that. Let's hurry and
she's out of games now, right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again? Oh, right. Your old man's craft. How could I forget? Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better? Huh? Wasn't he nursing a leg injury? If I recall correctly, his strong arms had always been his pride and—
He sprained his arm a while back while trying to show off his strength.
Actually, while we're talking about him,
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
if you could find the time, please write him a letter. Let him know that recently, faith in King Deshret is taken. He has a quick temper, and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get—
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? The academia? Or I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray King Deshret, and now you spend all your time with those—
Akeem, you don't mean you've also become a believer of King Deshret?
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't—
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this.
You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. It might feel, but once everything is over, I'll be sure to pay her a visit to her mind and explain.
Come on, Setaria.
So, Shishan, have you noticed anything like as if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
Oh, right. Speaking of strange things, I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times that I lost count.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible. Nothing in the report indicated anything like that.
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive all of Sumeru's city?
Shishan, don't tell me that you've converted to King De—
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for— In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You, who works side by side with the Academia.
Please, please stop!
Even now, Setaria is still trying to run from her problems.
She can no longer justify everything to herself.
Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards. What should we do?
This is the most important part of all. Quick,
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Macho.
Please, try to remain calm, miss.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side.
Heretics? What kind of heresy are you talking?
King Deshret! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but he's long dead.
Miss Sataria, nothing.
You know my name?
King Deshret is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay the price.
You must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you will become.
Child of King Deshret.
Never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret.
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more belief. I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. Guilt over my part in the sage's plans. And from... But no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always comes...
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you really want...
How do you know me so well? Are you truly just a believer of King Deshret? Or are you...
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the Academia and its sages, and to correct their... If you could provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps it could serve as a form of...
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Your appearance must be a fake. Please tell me, what can I...
How much do you know about the sages?
I was just one of the designers for the massed dream harvest scheme, which is what happened around this, but I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I'd assume that only staff with the highest I've just been working to meet the Grand Sages, but however, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city, and even the sage...
To fight against the Academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there a...
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the Grand Sage. One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on them. Let me see... let's use the most primitive method.
The Academia entrance. Wouldn't that be too conspicuous?
Don't worry about that. I assure you, this won't be... I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the Academia again. It'll be safe...
All right. I trust you.
So, if I were to...
That'll depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon.
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. As the god of wisdom, she's also the one responsible. Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to bring Sataria to our side.
The Traveler's execution was ingenious. He's the one... Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening...
Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying to you?
No. The truth is the true guardian of Scholar.
Catherine, we're here! Oh, you are the...
That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind.
Shh! We're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to protect Catherine's identity.
Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully... If something were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card after all. The academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of my consciousness in the outside world.
Yep, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure. Off? What do you feel is off? It's the middle of the night. Of course it's quiet.
No, I think he's right. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. I'm not sure if this is the...
Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe Sataria figured out a way to...
I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off.
Well, regardless, as long as you're here with... There really aren't many people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the academia, and that Sataria managed to distract all the guards. This hour of the night.
The triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor. If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Sumeru City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
No, what should we do? These are all just regular people.
Leave now. You need to get out of here.
But that guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here.
Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru. Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
This should be far enough. Is the Hida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her. into a new harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. He called himself the Doctor. Remember, Tighnari told us about him, and that even the sages are wary of him. Yep, sounds like she must have been talking about the Doctor. Yeah, now that the Doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the academia. They're in cahoots, but what are the Fatui after this time? Another Gnosis? Yeah, things would be a lot easier with Nahita's help. Nahita said we'll meet again outside of the city, but we can't just... you mean... Oh, right! Wasn't he invited by the sages to work on some project? Well, even though he turned it down at the time, he might still... There's no time to lose. Let's go to Gandharva.
Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you all right. Take a look around.
Are you mercenaries from the Corps?
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumeru.
The outcast? An outcast from the academia? But why wouldn't the Doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Still wasting time on idle chit-chat. We'll shut you.
You're up, traveler!
Following orders.
The wind knows me. Laid bare.
Need.
I'll take my leave. I'll take my leave. One with nature.
Need.
It isn't over yet! Here comes reinforcements! That was pretty rough. Is that what elite Yeah. Look, but this doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent. He knew exactly where to set up. Going up against smart people is... Traveler in Paimon. Holly! It's nice to see you again.
To be honest, I'm not doing too well. My Elazar has been progressing. As a result, Master Tighnari is taking me off the patrol schedule. He will...
Oh, Holly! Speaking of Tighnari, did he go off on patrol?
Oh, Master Tighnari? You just left the Avidia...
He left? What? Isn't Tighnari always saying that he never...
I thought it was weird too. Master Tighnari always prioritizes his work as a forest watcher. No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. He also made sure to leave in such a hurry? Master Tighnari originally studied in the Immorta Darshan of the Academia. And part of Stiai is I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tighnari once spent a
research base, huh? Gotta wonder what kind... Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party Stiai.
Don't worry. I'm fine. I'm used to living with Elazar by now.
Got it. Will do. See you... you're okay. We were so worried about you. Hey, this was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're ruining—
Actually, it's very smart of the Traveler to be wary of me right now. Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can—
Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure analogy.
Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust or anything. All I wanted was—
Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us—
When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the doctor mentioned depositing information instead, he did something closer to creating Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was—
What a relief. The doctor sure pulled out some hidden—
I wouldn't be relieved just yet. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds, which means we've lost another one of our trump cards. Also, the doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals.
Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then how do we stop him? He's still at the academia, so it's possible he already— It feels like he's toying with us. What a nasty piece of work. Plus, the doctor's combat ability alone—
We shouldn't give up hope just yet.
Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to party—
Yes, I have. I can see the Traveler's elemental You didn't come here for sightseeing, right?
We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and the sages once tried to—
Okay, let's just hope we won't—
Traveler?
It is you!
It's Hypatia!
What a pleasant surprise!
Who's this?
She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the... what's it called?
Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time. Ever since I've come...
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, wait, no. Did you already finish your training and reach...
What do you think? My consciousness has already managed to make...
You did it? Congratulations!
It's so exhilarating when my consciousness made contact with the gods. What a surprise!
That sounds incredible!
Oh, all right. Actually, remember? I promised to help you understand what you saw from Irma. My current self has not only gained true insight.
You can do that?
I've never heard of anything like that, but if you want to get—
Hold on. I brought some spirit borneo with me. This is still a crucial part.
We're using that—
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you establish a...
Okay.
Ready?
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. powerless before his mortality. He broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounce the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
What was that? Did we actually just see the Balladier's memories? Everything matches what we know about, but how is he connected to the divine consciousness that...
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic god! Such a noble will! Alas, shame. If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy mortal heart.
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no periporno life, but rather...
You! Why are you so mean to me? What if I found divine wisdom? Shouldn't I receive praise and honor? Haven't I...
Apasia?
That's how I always thought everything should be. Wait. Have I... already lost my mind?
Wait, something isn't right.
Okay, we finally lost him. Are you okay, Nahida? Wait, no. Something feels different.
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency. After that, Tainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here. What? You swapped places? You mean your consciousness? Wait, then where is Nahida's consciousness?
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Also, while we were running, the consciousness in the doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness. So I can't journey, but even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the same... Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague. Oh, that makes sense. Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to even in a moonless night, a shower of Paimon knows the moon, illusions, and light. Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. But she isn't with us anymore.
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Surasthana, correct? Does this mean that this
Your guess is correct, but...
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archons also.
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question. What...
That. While I was indeed invited to join that project, all I know is that the project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body? What?
Do you have any evidence? So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who went mad.
Tainari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of...
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, if I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert, doomed to... Now that you mention it, I knew the Academia, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. Looks like I made the right decision. The Doctor and the Balladeer. We have two Fatui Harbor. From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. But then, what is the connection between creating a new god and...
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the Sage's goals. Right. We've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head...
I'll stay here for now. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for care of... Come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help.
Thanks, Tainari. Hopefully Hypatia...
Time to go.